What is up, everybody? We got an international game, and me and JJ, obviously, we do primetime videos for YouTube. For this game, we decided to do a stream the night before, and we hope you guys are as excited as we are. Before we get going, some of you guys have seen me posting screenshots or mentioning here and there a new website that we have been putting together. It is finally live and accessible for you guys to use yourself, and I will get it on the screen here in a second. While I'm doing that in the background, JJ, how are we feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I've been on a 24-hour fast, so I'm starving.
Why are you not eating?
A little quicker way to cutting. I'm only doing it like once every 2 weeks.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm with it. All right, let me get this on the screen so then you guys can get a glimpse into what this site looks like. And it's another website that you can do research just with a lot of stats that you don't get with other sites. So let's say you want to know whether you should bet on Cortland Sutton to get 50 yards, 50 receiving yards. Well, not only can you use all the similar filters that some of these other websites that our competitors might have, you filter for total snaps, total targets, some extra ones like receiving air yards, a lot of sites don't have, or targets of 15 plus. I can say, only show me games where he has 3 targets of 15 plus air yards. Boom, there you go. But what pretty much no other site has is the ability to filter by coverages and by defensive stats. So I can say the Jets allow the third least air yards per game. Only show me games where they're facing a defense that is average or below in air yards per game allowed, and it'll only show me those games. And you can see those stats going all the way back to 2019. Not only that, there is also projections. So if you guys want access to this again, you can either scan that QR code there or DM me, JJ, or the MCA account for access to that website, and we will get it to you. But other than that, we got an international game to talk about. We got Tony in the chat as always. How we doing, my friend? We got my friend Gray. I have international. Let's go. What's up, Gray? Broncos, Jets. There's a lot I like in this game. I can't lie to you, JJ. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
There is I do like a lot as well. It's just when you just look at everything like put together and you just like deep dive into the game, it's like, all right, what do I really want to play here? And that's what makes it tough.
I think we can make I think we can make the normal parlay we always do for these primetime games where we bet on a team to win, bet on a touchdown score, and bet on a prop. But I'm feeling like we should make a nice little lotto because I can say right now one of my favorite props, not only in this game but on the slate. I don't normally like to play straights for these international games. There's so much stuff that comes into play. But for me, I love Bo Nix rushing yards. I think this Jets defense is one of the most friendly for quarterback rushing yards. So I think Bo Nix is in a great spot to do that. We all know he's not exactly running with concrete feet like some of the other quarterbacks in the league. So I'm really big on Bo Nix rushing yards this week.
I like that a lot. I mean, we've been talking about that for a minute, just texting back and forth about it. So, I mean, we'll get to it.
Oh, yeah. But let's talk about the pass game first. We'll do the Broncos because you get a clearer picture because of a man named Patrick Surtain on the defensive end for the Broncos. He basically makes it so whoever your wide receiver one is no longer your wide receiver one. If you look at every game that the Broncos have played, the wide receiver one for the opposing team has not led the team in yards and I think receptions too. It's pretty much always been one of the next guys, either the running back or the next best receiver. The question is, JJ, are we saying it's going to be the wide receiver 2 and Josh Reynolds at a 1.5 receptions line, or are we going to the tight end and Mason Taylor here?
Honestly, I think it might be Josh Reynolds here.
I'm actually surprised you say that because I finally got on the Mason Taylor train. I was lagging a little bit. I needed to see a little bit more, but the projections don't love him as much. But I'm in on the Mason Taylor train personally.
Yeah, I think you can go with either
It,
one. I
I
think
feel like one of them is going to disappoint big time. I am worried. Just like I feel like everybody's going to be on Mason Taylor this week. If I look at how previous tight ends have done in this matchup, Dallas Goedert only got 3, but Oronda Gadsden, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, the rookie tight end for the Chargers, 5 receptions. Tyler Warren only 4 though. That's a little concerning. Chigakonkwu, 3. So it's not like tight ends have been dominating against them. What's the case for Josh Reynolds? Let me hear it.
um I think because we know you're gonna see a lot of man coverage, but you also see a lot of blitzing. And so, I mean, so far in the 3 games Josh Reynolds has played, I mean, targets per route run, he's ahead of Mason Taylor. I think 26% compared to 9%.
He's on the field too, so I don't hate either one,
Yeah,
but I think it's either Mason Taylor or it's what's his face or Josh Reynolds. Some people want to say Brees Hall. I feel like the books have already kind of adjusted on Brees Hall.
what I
But
wanted instead of Brees Hall was Isaiah
Isaiah
Davis.
Rogers or Isaiah Davis.
Yeah, but it's not on enough books. But I think right now it's on like MGM and Hard Rock. It's at 7.5. But he's running, I think, just as many, if not more, routes than Brees Hall.
I believe it. Brees Hall is just taking all the rushing work with Braylon Allen out, which brings me to the next point of I'm kind of hesitant to trust the Jets passing offense because the Broncos rushing defense is significantly worse than their passing defense. And if it were up to the Jets, I think they would just run the ball every single play. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. With the flip side of it being, this is a terrible matchup for quarterback rushing in Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So if they want to run the ball, they're in a favorable run defense. There's no Braylon Allen. Justin Fields isn't going to rush the ball, and Isaiah Davis he had 1 rush attempt last game. It's just everything's coming together for Brees Hall to just be like, hey, go run the ball 40 times for us. He's only at 16 and a half rush attempts for plus money.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know
not
why I thought that line was
getting
a
a
lot
ton of
higher.
attempts.
I don't know why I thought that line was higher. I mean, they got blown out last game, but his rush attempt share was really high. Let me pull it up real quick. He had 14 rush attempts last game, which consisted of 78% of the rush attempts. And again, that's considering Justin Fields in the mix.
Yeah.
Isaiah Davis had 6% rush attempt share. Andrew Beck, 0%. So it's really just Brees and Justin Fields.
So I guess the question becomes, are they going to be able to run against this Broncos defense?
I mean, I feel like their rushing defense has been kind of underwhelming so far this season. Maybe it's just in comparison to their passing defense, but let me check something. Let me get this on the screen. Saquon only got 30. That was only on 6 attempts. Najee got hurt. Jonathan Taylor had 165. Pollard had 60. Chase Brown only 40, but we know how bad that offensive line is. Omarion Hampton had 70. That was a good game for him. So I don't know. I'm not a big believer yet. In comparison, like if we're talking about, if you're the coach, you got to call either a pass or a run. And if you're going against this Broncos team and you got to choose one or the other, you're probably choosing the run, just if you had to pick your poison.
And at the same time, you know, the Jets want to run the ball. I mean, rush
Exactly.
rate over expectations, the highest in the league, I believe. As the Broncos, you probably want them to throw the ball, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. The Broncos also have the third highest light box rate. They're allowing the 6th highest rushing yards after contact per attempt, even though their rushing yards per game is low. If the Jets move the sticks in the slightest, Brees Hall should have a nice game on the ground here.
Yeah.
Evan Ingram receptions ladder. This is one I'm mad I didn't get on earlier in the week. I was talking with some people about it. What was it? Minus 105, I think, is when I was looking at it. Now it is what, minus 145?
I think
Minus
worse than that.
154. So would have gotten great CLV. The reason that I didn't end up playing it is because his targets per out run against man coverage is so bad, and the Jets play a lot of man coverage. But his usage is there. The way they use him is pretty favorable. So I don't dislike the look at all. I don't know if you're seeing it any differently, JJ.
No, earlier in the week I should have pulled the trigger on his receptions, and I just didn't do it.
As far as the Broncos side of the ball, what are we? I know I talked about Bo Nix rushing yards a little bit. Got into Evan Ingram a little bit. What else are you seeing?
I was trying to figure out what the Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims situation is. I couldn't really figure that out, but I have to think one of them has to be in a decent spot. But teams are not afraid of Sauce Gardner this year, and he hasn't been the best this year. So he's just living off face value right now. I still think you just go back to Courtland Sutton. I mean, his numbers have been ridiculous against their coverages.
Do you have any inclination on Troy Franklin? I feel like he's been a popular topic of discussion in this one.
Yeah, I bet on him last week, and he left me short by a couple of yards. It's a little disappointing. But
I think the thing that I noticed with him is since Evan Ingram came back, his ADOT has climbed pretty heavily. So I actually really like his longest reception. That's another look that I think if it was an international game, if it was not an international game, I think I'd be a lot more inclined to play it. Who else to talk about in that one? I guess we can go straight to the running backs. After 2 games ago, they split carries, and Sean Payton came out to the media and said, yeah, the plan was for them to eventually split carries. We think RJ Harvey's there, and we're going to do that. What does he do next game? Give RJ Harvey 0 touch. Not literally 0, but he basically, it was as if he never said that, and that was never part of the plan. He just gave everything right back to J.K. Dobbins. So have no idea what to expect in terms of that usage, because on one hand, I do believe he meant what he said when he wanted it to go to split touches. They did spend a good bit of capital, of draft capital, on RJ Harvey for a running back at least. So I think he's in the plan at some point. But J.K. Dobbins has also been playing so well that you can't just be like, hey, yeah, we're just going to give your touches to a rookie. I don't know how you feel about the matchup, though.
I think matchup is all right for both. I mean, J.K. Dobbins has been playing just out of his mind, especially for someone that has no knees at this point. It's kind of ridiculous. But I think when it comes down to both of them trying to pick which one you want, I think it comes down to how you're going to predict the game script will come out. Because obviously, like in a pretty close game with the Eagles, they definitely relied on J.K. Dobbins there. But if it does get out of hand, then I think we see more RJ Harvey.
I love it. That's who I want it to be.
Yeah.
My RG Harvey fantasy shares would be very thankful for that. I think that's everything. What are your thoughts on the game itself outside of individual players? What's the game script like? Who's high scoring, low scoring? Who's gonna win?
I mean, I have Denver winning it. I just think the defense is probably going to be a little too much for that offense, especially if they do key in on stopping the run game. But, I mean, Justin Fields has been better against man coverage. So I would like to see what he can do there. I think he should be able to get 200 plus yards here. I think his line was at like 188.
That was 178.
or 178. It was somewhere around there.
We at one. Well, no, that's minus 170. 185. Oh, 179 on BetMGM.
Yeah, so I think he's like in a pretty solid spot to get 200. He's not gonna be able to run based off like what this defense
Oh
is
no,
showing with
not at
the
all.
scrambles.
Not at all.
There's something else. What was
About
it?
field specifically, or just in general?
I think just in general. I forget what. Probably
Trying
come
to
back
think
to
what
it
this could have
later.
been. I'm in the sense personally, I think the Jets are a lot better than they've been giving off. Not giving off, but than they've shown so far. Like I am a believer of the Jets down the line. The issue is I think that's also the case for the Broncos. I think we've seen probably like 30% of who the Broncos can be at their best so far this season. I have to take the Broncos in this one, which is easy to say because they're the favorite. But also, I need to find this stat again. But the rate at which favorites have won international games is higher than you would think. So I think it's just for an international game, might as well just keep riding the favorite.
Yeah, and I think 7-point favorite as well. So pretty comfortable
Yeah,
favorite.
pretty comfortable. I agree. I'll try and find this stat again. Oh, so this was 2023 when this stat. In international games, favorites are 29, 9, and 1 straight up, and 25 and 14 against the spread. That was in September of 2023. Let me see if I can find it for this year. Favorites are 36 and 14 straight up in international games, 32 and 19 against the spread, and that was after the Vikings lost in Dublin. Give me the Broncos here. Let's not overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I agree.
So Broncos win. The Jets have the second highest rate of touchdowns allowed as rushing touchdowns. So go ahead and give me J.K. Dobbins for a touchdown.
Yep.
What is our player prop? Because I believe there's a lot that we like.
And that was my problem with this game, is just narrowing it down.
I can tell you personally for me, Bo Nix, any rushing prop, whether it's longest rush or total rushing yards. Troy Franklin over longest reception. Brees Hall, anything rushing related. Josh Reynolds or Mason Taylor receptions. Those are probably the spots that I feel really good about. I say that like there was only two of them. There was 6.
Yeah. I'm liking Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, I'm good with that.
Which one do you want? You want longest rush, or you want rushing yards?
What's his attempts at? I feel like that'll make our decision a lot easier.
Five
I'm
and a
taking
half.
rushing yards. What? We're talking about a 5.5 attempts line, and you're only putting his rush yards 9 yards higher than his longest rush? Yeah, go ahead and give me the full game rushing. That's crazy. All right, so Bo Nix, 20.5 rushing yards. Broncos money line. And J.K. Dobbins touchdown. We're looking at plus 230 on Hard Rock, plus 274 on DraftKings, but Bo Nix is a yard higher. Plus 234 on ESPN, but Bo Nix is a yard lower. On ESPN, we can get the 30% boost. So there is that. Oh, FanDuel's plus 272 with Bo Nix. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if they're giving us an international boost or not. Probably not, knowing them. They're giving us a boost builder. We could use that and add more legs if you wanted.
No, I think we just leave it at the legs where they're at.
This might be for college football. Yeah, it's for college football anyways. So we can do plus 272 without a boost, or let me see if ESPN wants to give us a bigger boost. The ESPN boost might not activate until morning. So let's see. JJ, what sport do you think ESPN has for the boost today?
It's never the one it's supposed to be.
No. Yeah, for those who don't know, if you go on ESPN Bet and try and use their boosts, they always offer a 30% and a 20% 2 SGP boost, but it's never with a graphic of an NFL parlay. So, for example, there's one Lions and Chiefs both to score 6 points in the first quarter, but the headline is EBL. I don't know what EBL is. I know it's not NFL. Just for context. But yeah, they're not offering the SGP boost. They'll probably do that in the morning. So we'll rock with the NFL or the FanDuel one by itself for now. I'll go half a unit, JJ. How do we feel about half a unit?
I like half a unit.
Half a unit it is. Or I think DraftKings usually does live boosts for the international games, but let me check if they have one. It's not a live boost. It's just a normal boost. You gonna wake up at halftime again?
I was actually awake for the last one. Not the one before that. I think the one before that I woke up when it started the second quarter.
All right. DraftKings only has a live boost. So we'll go FanDuel, Broncos money line, Dobbins touchdown, Bo Nix 20 plus rush yards, half a unit to win 1.36. It's plus 272. I'll get a screenshot and put it on the screen for you guys. We'll wake up to some green, roll it over to the Sunday night football parlay. How are you doing? It starts at such a good time for us in the UK. I was going to go to the Rams, Jags, and London game. Why didn't you? EBL is English basketball? They don't just play in the EuroLeague? I guess
that's what I thought it would be.
Yeah, I guess that's slightly an ignorant question from me, considering it's not how they do it for soccer either. But all right, guys, here is the parlay for anybody that's wanting to tail. Broncos, Dobbins touchdown, Bo Nix rushing yards, plus 272. Let's do this. But yep, to anybody who hasn't yet, if you want access to the website that we have been using, just shoot us a DM, whether it's me, JJ, or the MCA account, and we'll get you access to this website. Or you can just scan that QR code. Oh. And then, Dr. Prophet, did you run Josh Reynolds' yards as well? Oh, yeah, JJ, we need to make the lotto.
Yeah. I have Reynolds as an official play, so.
Yards or receptions?
Yards. 14 and a half.
So we'll put his 20 plus in there. Where's Josh Reynolds?
Like, in general, whoever gets this number 2 option, whether it's Mason or Taylor, they're going to be in a great spot.
Dude, ESPN is terrible. 15 and a half receiving yards is minus 115. 19 and a half plus 105. It's a joke. All right, we'll go 14 and a half. Or would you rather do 3 plus receptions? At plus 225.
3 plus receptions, probably.
All right.
Because every number 2 options had at least 6 targets.
I will put in Bo Nix 30 rushing yards. How often does he get 30 rushing yards? Am I getting too ambitious? Let's find out.
Does he have 30 rushing yards this season?
Bo Nix log rushing. He's had 33 yards against the Chargers, 20 against Indy, 22 against Philly. Let me check last season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's had 8 of his 22 career games. He's had 30 plus rushing yards. Give it to me. All right, you get the next pick, JJ. You took Reynolds as your first pick. I took Bo Nix as my first pick.
Um, damn.
We ripped like 8 plays off. There's no way you don't have a second pick.
No, I was looking to see if the line came up for Isaiah Davis, but actually, is there an alt line?
For his receiving yards?
Yeah.
Let me check. I'm on Pickett, so bear with me. Their layout for all lines is good and bad at the same time somehow.
Yeah. I don't know
No.
exactly what you mean.
There's no just Hard Rock and MGM. There is, but the
Damn.
all line is 24.5 receiving yards. So
All right. What's Fields 200 plus passing yards?
Fields 200 plus passing yards is plus 140.
Lock it in.
All right, and I don't know if we can do Troy Franklin longest reception as an addition here, because a lot of these books. Let's see, is this? Yeah, FanDuel's given the best line, and FanDuel doesn't allow longest reception props in SGPs. What do y'all think about Brees Hall under 6.5 rushing attempts? Personally, I don't like it. I think he's going over. I know he hasn't been going over the line, but without Braylon Hall, his rushing share is through the roof. This is a bad matchup for Fields rushing, and it's a bad matchup, or it's a difficult matchup for getting the ball to Garrett Wilson. So I think they're going to lean on the run a little bit more here. JJ disagrees, though. That's why I put Justin Fields in the lotto.
Yeah.
Do I rip Troy Franklin or do I go to Mason Taylor? We have too much passing on the Jets side. I need to expand what we got. What else did I like in this game? Now I'm blanking.
See, you was talking shit earlier.
I was. Somebody has to talk shit to you though.
That is true.
Can't let you get too comfortable over there.
What about Cortland Sutton? What do you think? How you feel about him?
I mean, he's just gonna dunk on Sauce. I mean, he's so much bigger than him.
Yeah, because like, could you do like his receptions, or you think he's gonna get those big
4.5 receptions? That's the thing with the Jets that mess with me is they allow so much yak, but their air yards isn't that high.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I kind of want to target Troy Franklin. I think I'm going to go target Troy Franklin. Fuck it. Because, like, if I go here, let me make this bigger for you guys to see, and then I'll zoom in. What's his line? 39.5. I'd probably take the all line at 49.5. Yards per completion, they rank the third highest, but air yards per game is the second lowest. I don't know how we're not expecting chunk plays. Troy Franklin, 30 routes run in every game this season. That was not the case last year. Last year, he was lucky to touch 20s. I'm playing Troy Franklin 50 plus. Fuck it. I got to stand on business here. All right, so we're currently looking at plus 3,151 on FanDuel.
I love it.
Do we want to keep it to 4? Or does anybody in the chat want to add one for us? If Tony wants to get into some action, maybe.
He just posted underdog. What was it?
Uh-oh. What we got? Quentin Johnson trending toward missing week 6. Fuck, we should have played Lad.
Wait, what happened?
Quentin Johnson trending towards missing week 6. And all Lad lines are gone.
Damn. Don't
Damn
worry,
it,
it's gonna
man.
be Keenan Day.
Oh, hold on. What? It was just there. I swear it was just there. All right, maybe I'm tripping. So Kyler Murray's probably not going to play. Oh, Kyler Murray's foot injury is a version of the Liz Frank injury. That's not good. That is really bad.
Mm.
I might tap into that rookie Aranda Gadsden. Yeah, I'm familiar with Gadsden.
Oh, was that week 3?
Yeah. No, later than that. I think I
Oh,
was home
later.
by that point. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Interesting. Trending towards missing Sunday versus the Dolphins. Barring late change, LA expected to be without another playmaker. Damn. Yeah, Gadsden still got minus 140 line up on Hard Rock right now. Interesting. All right. But yeah, opening it up to the chat one last time. If anybody has a play they want to add into this parlay that they want us to look into, we will do that for the Jets and Broncos game, to be clear. Other than that, JJ, see you in the morning.
See you in the
Or talk
morning.
to you in the morning. I'm not going to be ready to stream at 9 a.m. or whatever. Do we think Justin gets 179 and a half passing yards, JJ?
I put 200 plus in the lotto, so I hope so.
Somebody asked, what's the parlay? So this is the primetime parlay, the one we normally do with a money line, a touchdown, and a player prop. And then we're currently crafting the lotto, which is, as it stands, Justin Fields 200 passing yards, Bo Nix 30 rushing yards, Troy Franklin 50 receiving yards, and Josh Reynolds 3 receptions. I will put that on the screen as soon as it's locked, but I'm giving the chat a chance to add some more plays. Herbert over rushing yards in that game and Reynolds for the parlay. I don't know if you talked about it. We do have Reynolds in the parlay for 3 receptions. Herbert over rushing yards. If it wasn't so community, I would love it. So one thing I can share with you guys that I've been working on is, I say I've been working on like I'm the one doing the math. There's a version of like ChatGPT for NFL stats called Sumer Sports, and I was playing around with it to basically adjust each defense to their respective matchups. So like if a team plays Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts, obviously they're going to average more rushing yards allowed more than the rest of the league. So what I did with this metric was basically display every team's stats against quarterback rushing stats, but adjusted it for the quarterbacks that they faced. The New York Jets and Miami Dolphins are the worst defenses, basically meaning they allow the most compared to league average for quarterback rushing, and the Broncos are the best. You cannot run on them if you're a quarterback. This is obviously who Justin Fields is playing. So it's a bad matchup for Justin Fields. I say all that because Herbert over rushing yards. Herbert's playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins are tied for worst with the New York Jets, and we're taking Bo Nix against the Jets in this one. What are you doing in here, Cade? JJ, what's your opinion on Steve Novak?
I haven't heard that name in so long. Makes me feel old.
You are old. Everybody called JJ Unk. It'll piss him off. All right. I'm going to lock this in and put it on the screen for you. JJ, quarter unit?
Quarter unit.
All right. Let's have some fun with this. And then I'll screenshot and get it on the screen here. Let me screen share for a second so I can get it up. JJ, how many plays do you have for the Sunday slate?
6 or 7.
God damn. I got 3, and I'm like struggling to find some right now. I'll find some more, you guys. Don't worry. All right. What is this? Here is the parlay quarter unit plus 3,135. Can we hit our second plus 3,000 of the year? It's only week 6. JJ Loki looks like Memphis Depay. I agree. Bro, that's the
I
same
can see
person.
it. I can see it.
All right. I think that's it. Lotto is plus 4,000 on Fanatics. If you have a Fanatics account, I will buy it from you. I
Yeah, if
got limited
that
on
Fanatics
Fanatics.
account is still alive, congrats to you.
Bro, I got my Fanatics account limited after one live bet. That was
I
the
remember that.
quickest. Yeah, that was the quickest I've ever gotten account limited. they said you bet on Mitchell Robinson to score a point in the second half. Yeah, it's too sharp for us. Bye bye. That was funny. But yeah, if you're on Fanatics, go ahead and grab this on Fanatics. All the power to you. But one last time, for those who have not joined the website yet, this website that we've been doing all our research on, it's not something we're paid to promote. It's the website that we've been building for a little while now, and now ready to share it with you guys. It's finally ready to go live. If you want access to it to use it yourself, either DM me or JJ or the MCA account, or scan that QR code in the bottom right corner, and we'll make sure to hook you up. What's the play on Fanatics? It's the parlay that I have shared on the screen right here. Justin
Just
Fields.
much better odds on there.
Yeah. Well, the website has
NBA will be
NBA.
here.
Yes, the NBA is probably going to be the best portion of the site. It won't be ready for day 1 of the website, but we have it mapped out. We know what's going to be in it. We just have to build it. So,
And we do have some stuff that's going to be on there that nobody else has. So,
game-changing shit, dude. I'm so excited.
yeah.
Stats that I didn't even know were going to be available to us. We're going to be able to incorporate in this website. So, you guys, you're in for a sweet treat. Touchdown parlay. I plan on making one. Keep an eye out on Twitter and Winnable and Instagram. I will be posting it. I do have one ready or I don't have one ready. I know like what direction I'm going to do. I just need to decide the 4. Garrett Wilson and Sutton for 40 receiving yards, super boost. Garrett Wilson's going to be a little scary. Sutton should hit, no problem. Well, Garrett Wilson's usage is so crazy. It's just the matchup so tough. It depends what the odds are. Is the website going to cost money? So there is a free portion. The free portion is just, oh, hold on, let me zoom out. The free portion is just these tables. So you want these tables accessible to you, you'll have it. There is a $20 base plan, which is pretty similar to all the competitors. They all have the same stats available to you. It's this supplemental tab where you can use all these filters: routes run, air yards, snaps, and these filters. You can filter home and away, wins, losses, blowouts, regular season, playoff. But there's a $50 plan, $50 per month plan that has the coverage stats and the opposition stats, and those are not available anywhere else. We're the only site that allows you to filter by that. So, except again, I guess maybe Super Sports now, but I don't think they're going to be. I think that's going to be cost a lot of money very soon if it's even available to the public. So we'll see about that. But yep, just a quick rundown of what is offered. But yep, that's a wrap. Keep an eye out for more plays and content that I'll be getting out. Otherwise, take care, JJ. We'll make a Sunday night football video tomorrow. And yep, let's hope this parlay cashes.
Here for it.
Take care, everybody. Have a good night.